Hi, I'm Shannon from houseimprovements.com, and in this quick video I'm going to show you how I made up a stair templating jig out of just some scrap pieces I had kicking around the shop. So this type of jig you would use for templating out stair treads and stair risers when you're doing laminate vinyl plank or putting maybe wood tread pieces on there. It's so that you can template out any angles or differences in the actual pieces and transfer it easily to the product that you're putting on there to cut it out. So like I said, I'm just making mine up out of some scraps that I've got. So I'm using just some MDF. I think these pieces here that I'm going to have on the ends are 3/4 inch. They're 12 inch by 6 inches. And I'm going to be cutting them on an angle. You'll see all that here in a few minutes. This piece looks like it's actually 5/8 thick. And it's 34 by 3.5, I believe. Yeah, it's just stuff I had kicking around that I could make work. You don't want it to be too flimsy, but yet you don't want it to be heavy, too heavy. MDF is going to be heavy enough as it is. So I also had these are 1/4 inch by 2 inch carriage bolts kicking around, some washers, and the only thing I didn't have was wing nuts. I went and picked those up. They're just going to make it easier to use. So anyways, I will basically start out by cutting my pieces. I've got the rough shapes now. Like I said, I'm going to cut this into a bit of a triangular shape. So this is 12 inches across here. I wanted this piece here to be close or similar to the crossbar. So I figured out it was about a 35-degree angle I'm going to cut on these ends, and that's going to be on both pieces. Both of these. So I just marked this one out so you get a bit of an idea what I was talking about. I'm going to go over here to the miter saw and actually do that cut. And then what I did is I marked out, I'm going to drill a 1/4 inch hole right here. And that's where the bolt's going to come through. And then I'm going to make a 1/4 inch slot. I think that's by about 5 or 6 inches. Yeah, I made it just about 6 inches long. And that'll just give some adjustability for width. You should be able to do a little bit over 3 feet with this particular jig, which in my case for the project I have coming up is going to work fine. You just need to make this piece longer or shorter by a little bit if this won't do what you want to do. So I'll probably be able to do about 36 to 45 inches long with this one piece here. Okay, so I'll redirect your attention to the saw over here. I'll cut those pieces and then we'll come back to this little bench and drill our holes and jigsaw these slots out. Okay, so I've got my triangular pieces cut here. Not triangular, I don't know what shape this is. A lot of you are smarter than me, you'll know what shape that is. Anyways, I've got those cut out. Now what I want to do is I want to have this set up so these carriage head bolts will come up through this piece and into the slot on this piece. So I think to make it sit nicer, I'm going to first countersink a hole on the back for these. So I'm not getting too fancy here. This is just a quick jig. You can buy more expensive jigs if you want, but if you're just doing the odd bunch of stairs or one job or a few jobs, it's no point in spending a couple $100 if you have these types of materials kicking around. So I'll drill this hole. That's likely deep enough. I'm about 1/4 inch deep there. Somewhere in that range. I'll do another one here. And about the same. Get rid of some dust here. Okay, so we've got that countersunk on the back. Then we can drill right through with the 1/4 inch hole. And you notice I drilled this bigger hole first with the spade bit, just because it'll, if I drilled this 1/4 inch hole first, this is going to be a little sloppy in it, and I wouldn't have got a nice cut. Get that 1/4 inch. That should be, let's just double check this. Yeah, that should be good. And it sinks our head down so it's not sticking up. That's the edge that's going to be sitting down on the flooring or on the tread. So it'll be nice if it can sit down there flat, flush. So yeah, I'll drill this one out too. That should end up the same, as you can see. And then on these pieces, what I want to do is cut a slot here so I have some adjustability and that. So I'm going to drill a 1/4 inch hole. Actually, you know, I'm going to go, yeah, I think 1/4 inch will be all right. I was going to go a hair bigger, but I think 1/4 inch will be okay. If it's a little tight, I may have to just sand that slot out a bit. But basically just drilling a hole at each end. I already drew that slot on there, so it's in the middle. I'm about 1 inch in from the end on this piece, as well as on these. I came in 1 inch, and I'm centered in this distance here. Okay, so I got those. Like that. So now I'm going to take a jigsaw and I'm going to cut that slot out. If you wanted to set up something on your router table or whatever to cut that slot out, that'd be perfectly fine, but this is just kind of showing you the basic tools you could use to do this. So again, I've just drawn some lines on there as a guide for myself, and my 1/4 inch bit isn't quite big enough to get my piece in there. Well, I'm going to show you how to plunge cut with a jigsaw, I guess. And just see if my bolt, oh yeah, I can easily slip that bolt around there, so that's going to work. We'll do the same thing over on this side. Okay, so oh, this one's a little tighter. Why is that? This one I got lots of room. This one I've just got to take a little bit more out of there. Okay, so we're almost there. So, oops, I guess I got my extra washer under here. So one washer back on this side, and I'm going to actually put a daub of construction adhesive in there too, and that'll just help keep everything solid in that end, because we don't really need that end to turn. I've got a washer for this side, and my wing nut. And same thing for this end. So I think these screws, with the material I was using, these screws are around 2 inches long. They probably didn't need to be quite that long, it just happened to be what I had. So now you can kind of get the idea of how this is going to work. So when you've got your staircase coming down, you know, you've got either the wall or the stringers on the side, and you need to be able to cut your pieces of flooring to go in between there. So now you can slide this both ends right out against the stringer or the wall. These ends, if you're doing the treads, these ends would go against the riser, and you can adjust it for any angle you've got. Simply tighten it up once you got your angles and your width, and now you can take this over to where you've got your flooring, set it down, mark it, or simply cut it depending on the type of flooring you've got. Now the beauty with this is it's fairly adjustable. So now I guess I didn't need to slot that quite as far, but whatever. So with this particular jig, so I've got this main yoke, this main beam here is 34 inches long. So really, I guess my shortest piece should be 34 inches. I could template. And let's just see what the longest would be approximately. And approximately almost 42 inches. So it's fairly adjustable. And like I said, now once you have these end pieces, really all you'd need to do is make a couple different pieces of the center board here for different lengths if this one won't do what you need to do. Okay, so pretty basic tool. You know, everything kind of folds up to be stored away. You could drill a hole in it to hang it up or whatever you want to do, or throw it away when you're done. It's pretty pretty cheap. So there's my quick assembly of the jig for cutting stair treads and stair risers, and it'll work just fine for any little job you've got to do like that. So if you haven't already clicked the thumbs up button down below, please smash that thing. Also the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber to our channel. We have hundreds of videos that you can watch on DIY projects and little custom pieces just like you've seen here. So go and check it out.